Welcome to the Bardic Inspiration Podcast. I'm your host, Brad the Bard, and today I have the Sultan of Strangles from Immortals Jiujitsu, Mike Rakshan, and a giant shout out to our sponsor today, Vedinian. If you guys like creative writing, horror, and all that good stuff with the sci-fi, check his stuff out in the description. Welcome to the show, Mike. How you doing, baby? So we just got done with your class. It was a fun class. I got my ass kicked by the bruisers you got in here, man. It was a really good class. I feel really good, man. I'm feeling really good after that. Like it's only I don't even know what time it is. Probably like 9:30 right now. I don't know.
It's actually very late.
It is late.
11:15.
Whoa, Jesus, man. We were going forever. Jeez. So your class starts. You have a night class every week. Starts around like 8:30. Here?
Yes.
Every week? Oh, cool. Or every day, every like weekday?
Yeah, we usually go for about an hour, but some days we dick around after class and we chat.
I see you were hanging out. That was good, man. You have some really good guys in here, man. It's a really wide range of like skill levels too.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys are like 2-3 month guys, but I just spent a lot of time on them, and they're fucking good at leg locks.
Dude, you had one guy that was a white belt. He got me with an outside heel hook from straight Ashi. I'm like, these motherfuckers in here, they're not playing any games.
Yeah, I don't do the whole wait till blue belt to do leg locks. If someone shows me that it's a case-by-case basis. If someone shows me that they're a competent, controlled person, I'll show them leg lock. But if someone's an idiot, no.
Yeah, if they're like that scrambly guy, they still need to work that shit out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, those are the kinds of guys that hurt themselves and the guy they're rolling with.
Exactly. You know, this podcast, the way I discovered your podcast was, what was the guy in Pennsylvania? His name?
Eric Shaw. That you had the match. I think it's so funny.
So before my matches, I do research on my guys. I'm Eric Shaw, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and I find a fucking 2.5 hour podcast. I listened to the whole fucking thing. I'm waiting for him to say, yeah, you know, when I tore my ACL 2 years ago, I just haven't been the same, so I could fucking go for that leg. But I went through 2.5 fucking hours of him just talking about how he goes to Sheets and eats wraps, and I'm like, fuck, man. He's like, yeah, I'm just a simple guy. Yeah. Just work on a farm. Lift weights. And I'm like, fuck, when is this gonna fucking talk about stuff?
That's so funny, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Eric had some cool stuff to say. I don't think we really went in. We talked about some injuries. Like I asked him, like, what's the worst injury you had?
And I think he was like a bruised thumb or something. Yeah, he's just built like a fucking brick house.
Dude's a tank, man. Yeah, that was awesome, man. It was cool to watch you and him face off at finishers. Yeah, and then, you know, I heard about you from some of the guys in the basement, and they showed me your street beefs, and I was like, dude, I need to like hang out with this guy.
Hell yeah, man.
You seem like a fucking baller. But
hell
dude, let's talk a little bit about your gym. Like we got Immortals Jiu-Jitsu hoodie. You're starting this whole brand, bro, and I really dig kind of the way that you spun it up, and you're doing it in like the craziest situation. Like any normal person would be like, dude, I can't believe you tried to start a gym during the pandemic.
Yeah, man.
How did you kind of decide like this was the right time to shine for you?
This has been a lifelong dream for me, so it's not a spontaneous thing. Now, I worked in the accounting field right out of college for fucking 10 years in a cubicle, wanted to blow my brains out.
We're not so different, bro.
Yeah. And what happened was I tried to teach at many schools, but I was a blue belt. I got my purple belt from Gary Tonin December. You know, that put me on a whole different level there.
Nice, man.
And then 3 months later, a fucking quarantine happens. All schools close. I don't train because I like to. I train because I have to. I'm fucking psychotic. So if I don't train every day, I become a horrible person.
Yeah.
Easily irritated, restless, violent. So me and my friends were training on the streets on fucking grass.
Yeah,
in
dude.
March.
It's crazy how many like of these pop up like open mats, underground fight clubs started coming out.
Fucking
of this,
the
man.
Black Basement,
Hell yeah,
dude.
man.
And look at me and him now, same story.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
You have the fucking balls to open up a place, you get your rewards. So me and him, there's a great deal of risk, man. We could have probably both went to jail.
Yeah, in Jersey, they're strict here,
of course. And me and him were just like, we're gonna fucking do it anyway. So what happened? March, I'm training in the grass, whatever. And then I get a call from Gary in April. Hey, man. I hit up Gary. I'm like, hey, listen, man. I know you guys are training. Tell me where. because if you don't, I'm going to fucking kill myself. He said, meet me at my house tomorrow. I go to his house, and we go to a secret training session in the city. And I trained there from April to fucking couple weeks, until they went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But then in July, I get my friend, he says, if you want to do hard no-gi rounds, hit me up. So I go to this random place in Lodi, this self-defense karate school with tarp mats.
Oh, man.
And I just see Sean. I see my buddy Anthony and like 3 other fucking tough-looking dudes. It's like 120 degrees in there, and we went balls to the wall for an hour, and I'm like, wow. And he's like, hey, I'm really trying to build this up. Sean told me, like, can you help? I'm like, yes. Took it from 4 people to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40. And then
and that was around here?
Lodi, yeah, about 15 minutes from here.
Cool.
And me and Sean would teach people techniques. So we do an open night. Hey, you hit me with this. Can you show me this? Can you show me this? And they're like, hey, man, you guys should open up a fucking school. And I'm like, you know what? Let's fucking do it. So he kicked us out of that Lodi place. I don't know why. Still to this day, I don't know why. But in the process, we found a Taekwondo school that was willing to sublease to us hourly, and here we are.
Yeah, man. And this spot's pretty nice, dude.
They've got jiu-jitsu mats for some reason.
Yeah, they're quality mats. So, like, watch, those Fuji mats. So it's a good spot, man. The space is great. Like, you got some good accommodations in here. I like this area too. Like, I guess the camera can't see this, but there's a whole ass like spectator area right here, man. It's a really nice spot.
Thank you.
Pretty nice spot, bro. You definitely lucked out, I think.
Yeah, it's like the stars aligned for us, man.
Yeah.
I just tried to make the best of the quarantine, and I'm a big believer in adapt or die. If you don't fucking adapt, you're going to die.
Yeah,
quarantine hit. I lost my job. So they just sit around. No, man. You got to survive, and I found a way.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you end up losing your job from the quarantine?
I did.
Yeah, same thing happened to me, and I kind of been doing like a lot of stock trading to supplement like some film work that I'm doing, and then I'm trying to grow the podcast. Obviously.
What was your 9 to 5 at the time?
At the time, I was a manager of a gym, but before that, I was an engineer. I was doing like computer science stuff, and then I was like, this is same thing. Cubicle life is for the birds, man.
Yeah, I got a call April 7th. They're like, hey, our clients aren't making any money because of the quarantine, and we're not getting any money. So
we don't need.
Yeah, so I got let go. And luckily, 2016, I started my own tax practice. So I've been doing that since on the side. Bro. So I would come home at 8 o'clock and do more tax work till like 10 o'clock. It was a fucking nightmare, but I had that to rely on. And so just barely getting by on the skin of my teeth, and then open this place up, and hopefully this place becomes big.
Yeah, dude. Well, let me ask you, what kind of gave you the idea? Did you name the gym, or did you and Sean
The name of the gym was my idea from the time I was a kid.
That's fucking awesome, bro.
So
what inspired the name?
So Cyrus the Great was the first king of Persia. He had a force of 10,000 men. It was never greater or less than 10,000 men. And they were called the Immortals for this reason. Back then in the day, they didn't know why. They just knew that this army would go into battle and their numbers wouldn't dwindle. They would just keep coming back. And people were like, these guys are immortal. We shouldn't fight them. What would happen is, let's say I go out, I fight, I die. Immediately, they take my body, bring it to the back of the line. Someone else puts my armor on and comes back as if they were me. Every immortal armor had the name of the armor, and that was your name when you were wearing it.
That's so tight, bro.
Yeah, so 10,000 men strong. And from the time I was a fucking kid, man, I'm like, I'm going to start my own gym. It's going to be called Immortals Jiujitsu. No, not Immortals Jiujitsu. Immortals Training Center. My end goal is to have a jiu-jitsu, MMA, and powerlifting gym called Immortals Training Center. But right now, it's just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so the powerlifting, you're into lifting as well, bro?
I've been lifting since I was 12.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking roll with you today, man. I could not. Your base is, like, immovable. All you guys, that. Like, all the Gary Tonin guys, the Death Squad guys, man. I've been meeting you guys this year and just, like, getting to train with you finally. My God, bro.
I appreciate that.
Every one of you is just like a nightmare. You're all nightmare creatures, bro.
Gary says to me, he says, you're like a neutron star. Your base is so strong. It's
neutron star. That's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
But yo, I was creeping your Instagram a little bit. We're kind of touching base here.
I don't believe in creeping. People, I hate that word creeping. It's like, I have a podcast, Rambling with Rack.
I love
you guys want
to
check it out?
Yeah, definitely. You guys should check it out. Now, I got to put the link in the description. Then
I hate the word creeping because it never applies to anyone. Like, you fucking guy A walks up to a bar. Hi, my name is Mike. He happens to be 5'6", not good looking. He's creepy. Same guy. 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyes. Hey, my name's Brad. Oh, he's so charming. So the whole creepy thing, like nobody's creepy, man.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you looked at my Instagram is because you're my fucking friend.
Yeah.
I look at your Instagram too.
Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I'm fucking
I had
talking
this
about.
fucking.
I'm gonna avoid using the term now.
You could
just
say,
changed my perspective, bro. Because you're
right,
right, man. I don't like the stigma behind that. Right?
Yeah, it's nobody's
so
creepy, man. If you fucking admire someone, you fucking admire them. You're a fan.
Hell yeah.
I had a really funny story. This happened a couple times to me. I compete a lot, right?
Yeah,
so I had this Asian chick, smoking hot. Says, "Hey, I don't mean to be creepy, but I see you at a lot of tournaments. I wanted to say hi." I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, you think I'm going to be creeped out if a hot Asian chick comes to me and says that they see me a lot, they wanted to say hi? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, so fuck the whole. So you said you were going on my Instagram?
Yeah, bro. And I took notice that you're into the metal scene. Huge. And I kind of wanted to ask you questions about that, like in the area, bro. Like, what kind of got you into the metal genre? I feel like it's not the most common thing in the jiu-jitsu thing right now.
We gotta go deep for this.
Yo, let's go, bro. I want to know this rabbit hole, man.
I'm 2 years old. I have a fucking ridiculous memory, man. I don't know why. I remember everything. I remember my childhood like it was yesterday. I remember everything. 2 years old. And I'm in my house, and I just hear from the bottom of the stairs, I just hear, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door, yeah, yeah. The Guns N' Roses song.
Yeah.
And I just go see this guy, fucking jacked. And my mom's like, hey, meet Ballback, your uncle. And I'm like, hey. I didn't even know what an uncle was back then. Yeah. I'm like, what's this? What does that mean? He's like, this is my brother. I'm like, oh, cool. So he would play Metallica, White Zombie, Alice in Chains, blasting in the house all day. So ever since I was 2 years old, man.
It got imprinted.
I went to my first metal show when I was 8 years old, Tattoo the Earth in Giant Stadium.
That's
my
awesome.
Uncle throws me in the mosh pit. I get punched in the face. I'm like, oh. He's like, stop being such a pussy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yo, you're a goon, bro.
Are you a metalhead or?
Fuck yeah, dude. I was in a metal band. I had some of those guys on the podcast and stuff. But right now, like, I'm into a lot of like progressive metal stuff, mostly just instrumental shit.
What, like Opeth?
Dude, I fucking love Opeth, man. You ever heard of Polyphia?
No.
And Polyphia is one that I've been into a lot lately. And then just
Dream Theater?
What's up? I love Dream Theater, bro. Hell yeah, man. Great. Hell yeah. It's kind of like you know Racer X with fucking oh god, the name's fucking.
The cartoon or
no? It's a band that had two of these like trend-setting like progressive metal guys, and Jason Becker. He's the guy that like he can't play guitar anymore because his hands are fucked up. Like he got like arthritis or something like that. Anyway, that guy that shit basically inspired like a whole subgenre of just shreddy dudes. I'm really into that shit, but I love
like Michelangelo Badio.
Yeah, basically, bro. Yeah,
those guys get so much hate, you know,
dude.
That?
Oh, I know, man.
Like Steve Vai, Yangwei Malmsteen.
You know
they're like, these guys have no emotions, man. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, bro. Like,
just enjoy the fucking
good,
music,
man.
you losers.
Some of it speaks to me in a good way, and it's nice to aspire to that. It's the same reason like I follow talented jiu-jitsu guys. It's like I fucking watching matches. I'm like, fuck, man, I want this. One day awesome. I want to assume this power, you know, that these guys are displaying. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff. Lately, I've been listening to like some Trivium and shit like that, though. Between the
I tried really hard to get into Trivium.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
a little too soft for me.
It's too soft for you. Damn, bro. What do you listen to now?
I haven't really made great strides in the metal genre. I've made a lot in the hardcore and metal metalcore.
I wouldn't call it
hardcore
metalcore.
You know the band Retaliate?
Retaliate? No.
Ooh, they're so fucking 100 Demons.
What is it?
100 Demons.
100 Demons. No, you got to send me these, bro.
You got to fucking check it. It's hard.
Let's go. You trained to that shit? I know it's good.
Every song is about the same thing. It's about fucking being there for your bros. Having your bros back. It's so simple, but I love it.
I fucking fuck with that, though, dude.
Yeah, but did you ever listen to folk metal?
I have before, yeah, man. I'm trying to think of like a one off the top of my head.
Ensiferum, Moon Sorrow.
No, I feel like is it Ensiferum? You said?
Yeah.
I've heard of them before. I probably have. I can't name a song off the top, but I definitely fuck with them.
Dude,
yeah,
love that band.
Hell yeah, dude.
They got really soft though, but they used to be so good.
Yeah.
And
you ever listen to In Flames?
Of course. I grew up on
their newest album is so fucking good.
What's the name?
It's called I the Mask.
Interesting.
It's fucking dope, man. Very good guitar work. Like, I'm a guitar head. Like, I play guitar. Like,
really?
You know what I mean? That's my shit before jiu-jitsu.
Soil work?
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bro.
Great stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I grew up on that too, man.
That's fucking awesome, man.
But
so let me ask you this: for your next fight to win, or whatever you do for your next big super fight, what's gonna be your walkout song?
See, that's so hard for me because I want to do one of those songs, but then nobody in the crowd really knows it.
I honestly think it's better to pick something like that than being a generic guy.
I know.
You ever go to a show where two guys have the same song and it's like, bro, how original? Like when that Suicide Squad movie came out, I saw so many people pull that as their walkout song. Look, that's so fucking lame, dude.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Fucking I came out to Ensiferum Iron once. The whole crowd was like, what is wrong with this? And then a Fight to Win Pro in Texas. I came out to Amon Amarth.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. I love Amon Amarth.
And the whole crowd was like confused. So I remember their reaction. I kind of wanted everyone
you had
to be
like the three metalheads that were like, dude, this guy's winning.
I know this guy, yeah. But other than that, the whole crowd's like, ugh. So I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to keep doing this? But yeah, that was a wonderful show. It was middle of the quarantine, July, Texas. They put me against a guy who's from Austin. I think they really wanted him to win, and then the Camel Crusher took effect.
Fuck yeah, bro. So where'd you come up with the Sultan of Strangles as a nickname?
Oh, this ties right into heavy metal.
Fuck yes, bro.
So oh man, this is such a good story. There's this singer. His name is Farshid Arabi. He has a band called Penhan. I'll send you. It's fucking incredible.
Bro. Anything you send me,
he's the founder of Iranian metal.
Let's go.
He was put in jail because they said, oh, this guy's a metalhead. He's satanic. They take his music license away from him. They said, you can't make music for 4 years. So in that 4 years, he created 2 beautiful albums. And one of those albums, he released them on... So the day the music license ban ended, the next day he released the 2 albums. That's how much of a badass he is.
What a gangster, bro.
And he gave me these 2 albums and listened to them. And then...
So you're tight with him? You know him personally?
So this is how we became tight. I go on YouTube. I have his first album ever. And I'm like, the world needs to know about this. For the listeners, just type in Iranian metal. Penhan, Farshid Arabi, FARSHID ARABI. It's the first thing that will come up on my page. Rack 000. And out of nowhere, 250,000 views. Right? So it's getting famous. And then I told him, I'm the guy that put your stuff out there. And he's like, thank you. We got to meet. So he gives me these 2 CDs, and one of these songs are just so fucking touching. Like, I'm chills in my spine. And in the middle of the song, I'm like, Sultan of Strangles. And I'm like, that's what I'm going to call myself. People make fun of me, by the way.
It's one of the lyrics in the song?
It's not.
It just came to you.
It just fucking came to me when I was listening to that song.
Bro.
Dude, music, I can't write without music. If I have the right music, I could write the most beautiful shit. But without it, I'm nothing.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Do you write at all, or?
Yeah, I mean, I write a lot of the lyrics to my own stuff. I even I've done a little bit of like creative writing and shit like that. But yeah, like there's songs that exist out there on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to really dig for it, there's playlists. There's a playlist with all the music, and like I write most of the lyrics for most of the band's original music that I'm like. If I'm in a band, I'm the one that usually writes the lyrics. Yeah,
I like it.
I'm an articulate guy. I have a good sense of what a song's about when I hear it. You know.
You know what sucks, dude? Every artist that I meet, I'm like, hey, what's the song about? And they'll never say, they'll never tell me. They're like, the songs are meant for you to interpret them. And I'm like, fuck you, man. I want to know what the fucking song's about.
I want to know what your interpretation
exactly,
is.
But have you ever had an artist tell you? They'll never tell me.
I usually try to vibe it out and kind of like listen to the lyrics, and then I'll interpret it. I'm like, and then I'll ask them like, what inspired you to bring these pieces together, kind of thing. Like, oh, you're saying like, you know, the lust for the stars or some like key lyric. I'm like, well, you know, what does that mean to you?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
sometimes
like that
we'll
must mean
know.
something. It's funny. A good friend of mine, he has one song that's a fucking banger, and it's got lyrics that are inspired by the Kramer show.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? It's like fucking random as shit.
That's
and I'm like, that's so fucking, like, no one would guess that. That's what that's from.
Do you ever have it where a song touches you so much, but then you find out it's about nothing?
Yeah, man. Like,
broke my heart a couple times.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's a lot of music that I think I don't dig into it too much. Once it touches me, I don't want anyone to taint it. I won't even like show other people, because like I need to listen to this shit on repeat for like 3 days straight, because it's just giving me that.
You won't even ask the artist because you're worried it'll ruin it for you.
Maybe, bro. Like, let me ask you this: you ever watch like a music video and you're like, that music video is not what I expected for this song?
So a reason why Eddie Vedder got blacklisted from his record company is because he refused to do music videos.
Interesting.
He said, Pearl Jam, the music I make is made to be interpreted, so I'm not going to do a music video. Like the music video Jeremy Spalding, like he was forced to do that. He did not want to do that.
Yeah.
So he has that same mentality.
Yeah.
Like he says the music videos ruin music. I mean, I don't really agree with that because I think they're awesome.
Yeah. But especially like certain bands do really good ones, like Tool. You ever see a good Tool music video?
Dude, I tried so hard to get into Tool.
Yeah. The
can't.
music videos help, man.
Do they?
What got me into them was Guitar Hero. Like, I feel like it would have been maybe not the easiest thing to get into, but you know, like you're fucking playing the game and like you see the shit going on the screen and you're like just playing.
What's a good album to start with them?
For Tool, I think their newest album's pretty good, but I think if you ask like most Tool fans what their favorite album is, Lateralis is what they say.
Lateralis. Right.
My favorite one is 10,000 Days, controversial, but most of the songs.
Why is it controversial?
Because that's when they started doing this thing where the band wouldn't write the music all together in one room, and they kind of would like, I'm going to do this part and then send it on to the next guy, and then you add your shit.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's efficient, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Some people don't like that that's the process. I think some of the music on that album is just, it speaks to worldly shit that's like big.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Let me send you a music video. Let me send you a music video for my favorite song right into.
There's these bands out there that I'll listen to. I'll be like, this fucking sucks. And then I'll go experience something in life that changes me, and all of a sudden I love it.
You get it now.
Do you know the band Winter Sun?
No. Humor me, bro. Come on.
So the lead singer of Ensiferum, right? He I don't know if he got kicked out or left in Ensiferum to start Winter Sun. I listened to this album in like 2009. And I'm like, this isn't really that good. Then I move off to California by myself, go on this fucking journey, fending for myself.
You moved to California?
I just
on a whim.
Fucking whim, dude.
Bro.
Yeah, I go out there on a 1 week vacation. Randomly someone says, hey, you're an accountant, you want a job? Yes. Get a fucking job. Come back, move back. And just the being so lonely and having nobody and experiencing that, when I fucking turned on the album, I'm like, fuck, this is amazing. Yeah. It hit me right away.
This is what that's about.
It's
I get it
so
now. It's
fucking
so
wild.
fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, man. It's the same with music.
Yeah, man. There's certain, like, even like the genre of like harsh like metal music, like some good metalcore and shit, bro. Like, there's some things about like music where I'm like, if I'm not slinging steel or doing jujitsu, if I don't have those frames of reference, like maybe I won't get this. But because I'm in the fucking war, you know what I mean? Going to war consistently every week, fucking getting stronger. I feel like, oh, that's what this fucking.
That's all. Well, you didn't experience that tonight because my students yell at me.
Oh yeah, dude! I fucking seen so many of your videos with your fucking music. I'm kind of upset that we didn't have that tonight.
I'm so sorry. So I
should have
promised
said
them
something.
Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll play rap because everyone here is a pothead. Everyone here listens to rap. Before it was literally metal every fucking day, and people are like, dude, come on.
That's what made me want to come up, bro. I kept seeing your Instagram stories. I'm like, yo, Rack's bumping the best fucking shit I've ever seen in a room, bro.
Yeah, my students had a fucking coup against me. Like, dude, we can't keep listening to the same fucking metal every day. I'm like, all right. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll play rap.
But the backstory for that, right, is your wrestling coach used to put that shit on for you guys.
Oh, no. So the backstory for Wrestling Wednesdays, I only play classic rock and 80s music because I literally play the same exact playlist that my wrestling coach made us listen to all throughout high school.
Yeah, dude. That's
like Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, like that. And I'll never change that for anyone. Fuck anyone who says anything.
Fuck yeah, bro.
But Mondays is Metal Mondays. Fridays is always metal. And every other day of the week is fucking metal. So, yeah, I won't budge on.
That's awesome. You shouldn't.
And it's so funny. A lot of these guys who used to not listen to metal are into it now.
Exactly. It's you get it when you're doing the battle, bro. Like, you had some Iron Maiden playing. I'm like, bro, The Trooper is the fucking song about jiu-jitsu, bro.
I remember training at these gyms, and I'm like listening to this garbage top 40 music.
Oh, dude, it almost kills my vibe.
It does, dude. I honestly don't want to roll sometimes.
It's like, why am we listening to love music?
It's so bad. I'm like, one day, man, there will be a gym that only plays metal, and that will be my gym. I might take it back, dude. I might make it metal every day again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So people said it's gonna chase girls away, like girls won't. But then the girls that have joined here are fucking savages. They're like, I like that you play metal all the time. I like how intense it is. I'm like, please join. Yeah, like I want to join.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
That's good shit. Yo, so here's a topic that I'm really curious about, bro. Because I know you did a Street Beefs. Tell me about that, bro. How did you get involved in that? I want to know how can the Bard maybe get one of them?
Yeah, I was just a big fan on their Facebook page and their YouTube, and I love watching two untrained guys fight. It's so much fun,
dude.
Two trained guys fight. It's kind of fucking boring. They kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah.
But two guys who don't know what the fuck they're doing, beat them.
Wild cards, dude.
Yeah, I love it. Someone's always gonna get knocked out or slammed. So I start seeing more skilled guys. I see boxers do it, wrestlers, never jiu-jitsu guys yet. I was the first jiu-jitsu guy. Boxers, wrestlers, some MMA fighters, and I'm like, fuck. And I got invited to go down to Virginia. So I drove down to Virginia. I was supposed to fight a 2-0 amateur boxer, and I was a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
So you got invited by them?
Hell yeah.
To come down. What did you do? Like, did you DM them and say, I want in on this?
On Facebook. He's like, does anyone want to fight on the October 28th card? I'm like, me. Calls me. I fucking go down to Virginia. My opponent doesn't show. And this other fucking guy, Blackbeard, his opponent doesn't show. So he said, hey, you want to just fight each other? I'm like, fuck yeah. So he kicks me really hard in the chest and punches me. I get fucking I start seeing stars, and then just second nature. Clinch, take him down.
The fucking Sultan came out.
I put him in an Americana. He yells. I let go. I thought he'd tap. He was saying, not today. I'm like, what? Now I'm mad. I'm like, all right, man, next time I'm going to break your arm. So punching him. Next round starts. I get him in Americana, and I just fucking go full crank. And his fucking shoulder popped out of place.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, man, you can't say not today in the middle of a fight. Like, what?
What a goon, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very cool. I got interviewed by some fucking news channel down there.
Yeah, for real.
It's cool. Like, the cops are cool with it down there. Virginia's like no holds barred, dude.
So it's in Virginia. That's where you went, right?
Harrisonburg, Virginia.
There's more of them like popping up, right?
Yeah,
they have like a few like Satan's Backyard.
Dude, I went there when it was just starting. Like,
yeah.
Now it's a big thing. The guy has a YouTube Gold button now. There's a California Street Beefs.
Yeah, dude.
Texas Street Beat, yeah. I would probably like to do it again.
Yo, dude, it was epic, bro. I saw like Matt D showed me it. Like your fight. I'm like, bro, I need to talk to Mike Rakshan, bro. This is the coolest shit ever,
I love Matt.
My favorite part of the fight, you kick him back in this one part, bro, and you just see him like run away. I'm like, bro, that guy's in trouble.
He's in fucking trouble. As soon as he felt my kick.
You were being so brutal once you got him on the ground, bro.
You have to, man.
I loved it.
It's a no holds barred fight in the middle of the woods.
What made you want to do it?
When I was 19, I start getting severe. I used to do MMA, by the way. Muay Thai in my teens, wrestling growing up, and I started MMA for a couple months. And then out of nowhere, I start coughing up blood, but thick chunks of solid blood.
Interesting.
And I go to the hospital, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we have to admit you. I'm like, what? She's like, if you came like an hour later, you'd be dead right now. I'm like, what? It's like you have a pulmonary embolism. It's when your blood clots and gets stuck in your pathway of your lung. You die from that very easily.
That's crazy, bro.
No idea how I got it. So
what causes it?
I don't know.
Damn.
Usually smokers, people, I have none of that. And they still don't know. So I go on the blood thinners for a couple months, and I'm young and stupid. I just stopped taking. Oh, my insurance. I was on some college insurance. So that stops covering it. I'm like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to do it anymore. 8 years go by. I did some MMA, broke my fucking wrist in half. Then I get another pulmonary embolism. And now they're like, all right, you need to be on blood thinners for life. My dream was MMA, not jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, you can't do any physical activity anymore. You can't fight anymore. And I'm fucking crying my eyes out. And I see this Reddit post. I'm like, can you do jiu-jitsu on blood thinners? And they're like, no, but we do. As long as you don't get split open or get hit in the, because if you get hit in the head, you get up fucking brain bleeding.
Yeah, the aneurysm shit.
So I'm like, fuck, I guess the journey has changed. We're going to do jiu-jitsu. And then you can never do an MMA fight if you have that. If you're on blood thinners, the doctors won't sign.
They won't let you.
So I'm like, I guess I got to do underground shit. So I did that. And in the future, if I could get a fight where I don't have to sign some physical shit and doctors doesn't see it, I'll fight again.
Words. Because in Virginia, right, it's
They're
legal
very
to have
lax.
Unsanctioned fights, right? Like that's what it is.
I don't think it's legal. I think the cops just kind of turn a blind eye to it.
Interesting.
That's like a very crime-ridden area, Harrisonburg, and a lot of people go there to solve problems, and it's worked, so the cops kind of just turn a blind eye to it.
That's funny, dude. Yo, that's fucking wild.
It's wild.
It's fucking wild, wild west down here, bro. Man. That's fucking epic. So you would definitely do another one?
Oh, hell yeah. I would love to do one in Iran with my dad there.
Dude, that's
my dream.
Gangster, bro.
That's my fucking dream. And win by Camel Crusher.
That would be fucking sweet, bro. So, like, yeah, man, let's talk a little bit about, like, how did you decide that you were going to come to this specific gym and kind of build the program the way you did, right? Because you have mad students. Like, how many people were in here today?
It's on a bad day, 20.
That's
on a
crazy,
good day,
bro.
40.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
You know what's wild, man? We never went through that beginning stage of a gym where you have 2 or 3 students.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning, we were packed.
That's epic, dude.
I think it's just people just know me and Sean's credentials. It's like, we're not teaching you theoretical bullshit.
Yeah.
They see me and Sean competing all the time, and they're like, fuck it. So we never had that beginning part. It's always been packed.
Yeah. And the attitude in here, it seems very centric around competition, right? You're pushing, guys, I want you to be competing. Or like at the end of the class, you were kind of saying things to this effect, bro.
Yeah, so I didn't do this to be a niche. This is just how I run my business. Is the average jiu-jitsu gym is only gi. People train 1, maybe 2 rounds, and they sit on the wall and talk. It's a social club. And 90% of those guys... They say the ocean, the ground is my ocean, and I'm the shark. You throw 90% of those guys. We'll take them to the hood, Patterson. Some guy that has 0 martial arts experience will kill them. You get up, you get a couple scraps with a guy, there's no more, they'll kill them. Like these guys play like a half guard and like sit on their back, and they think that's not gonna translate to the streets. So my goal was number one, it's going to be competition oriented. So even if you have no intentions of competing, I want you to be able to, if you were in the streets, to fight for your life and win. And that does not mean the bullshit self-defense that all these jiu-jitsu, I hate the word self-defense, is if a guy gets you in a headlock, you do this, this, and this. No. We're doing sport jiu-jitsu at a fast pace.
Competition style.
Yes, yeah. that will get you ready to defend yourself. If they grab your hair from the back and you turn around and no, man. So it's naturally self-defense oriented. I'm like, you have to have a strong guard, but everybody's got to train wrestling. Everybody has to have takedowns. Everybody has to be tough. Yeah. And it's also very no-gi. You came on a gi night, but it's very no-gi oriented.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of your guys were kind of like they rolled a few rounds in gi, and then they took the top off.
Yeah,
and doing more no-gi
I want
stuff.
them to be proficient in the gi, but I just love no-gi. Sean loves no-gi, and that's what we want to build here.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Thanks.
So how did you and Sean meet? Did you meet at that?
We met at that Lodi training session, man.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you guys had like a history.
No, never met him before that.
And then Sean's a death squad guy, or he trained with the guys in the death squad.
So what happened was he trained at, I won't say the school name. He trained at a school where they don't like cross training. So when they saw he was training with me and some guys in Lodi, they kicked him out. Oh. And he's like their fucking prize horse. Kicked him out, and I told him, watch. Just wait a couple months until Henzo's formally opens, probably in October. I'll get you in. So he waited. He trained at Henzo Gracie Woodland Park. Then he came to the city. Pro training with John's classes, me, Gordon, Nicky Rod, Craig, etc. So this is November now. And I go ask Sean, I'm like, hey, John, this is my training partner. We run a business together. Do you think he could join us? And what he told me was, Mike, just like the Immortals, the Immortal Army, if one person wants to join, one person has to die. I'm like, what does that mean, John? He's like, it means you have to die, Mike. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck, okay. And he's like, all right. So Sean trained there from November to December. So a good month of hard training there.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, let me ask you a question. Just like kind of touching on like the Danaher thing. And I remember seeing this story on your Instagram where I believe you would want to fight and John gives a knife when you win a big match. And they gave you a plastic knife. Can you tell me the story?
What a fucking asshole. So I do this competition called New Breed.
Yes.
And I'm a master, by the way. I could do the master's division, but I always do the adult division. So I go New Breed. I do absolute masters adult. I win masters and I win adult. I win the belt. And absolute division, I fucking lost to Sean.
Oh, man.
5 points. I motivated him to come train. He didn't even want to do that competition. Then he ends up beating me. I'm like, fuck. So I go to the belt. And I bring it to Henzo's. I have a fucking towel. I'm shining it.
Yeah, that's funny as shit.
Everyone's laughing. And then I go to John. I'm like, hey, John, listen, about the knife. Don't get me anything too expensive. Like, I'm assuming that I'm going to get a knife.
Yeah.
$500, $1,000, that's fine. Don't go crazy. And he just fucking... So Craig had this plan. He goes, when Mike comes, give him a fucking plastic coffee knife. And John goes to him, no, that's way too fucked up. I can't do that. But then when I made that joke, he's like, fuck it, it's on. Here he comes and he gives you a plastic knife. I still have it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, it's wild. After that, after my win in Who's Number One, I win. I'm like, John, I won. He's like, I heard you got your back taken. I did. I got my back taken. I'm like, yeah, but I won after. He's like, you got your back taken by a 10th Planet guy. I'm like, yeah, but I won. He's like, you should quit jujitsu and kill yourself. I'm laughing, but I'm waiting for him to say, just kidding, proud of you, man. Doesn't say it. I wait the entire night for him to say it. We walk him to his hotel room door. He goes, great job tonight, Gary. Because Gary fought on the same card. He's like, good job tonight, Gary. Very proud of you. Good night, guys.
Oh, man.
And I go to Gary. I'm like, is this fucking guy serious? He's not going to fucking congratulate me? I didn't fucking sleep that night.
Yeah.
And he's like, Gary's like, that's just the way it is, man. Sometimes that's the way John is. You know, you got to just get used to it.
I'm like, I'm not going to get used to it.
That's fucking epic, bro.
Wild.
What made you kind of gravitate toward the people you were training with, right? Did you start at Gary Tonan's?
No, dude. So, I train at this very traditional jiu-jitsu school. Mostly gi. They have 1 day of no gi, which I hated. You couldn't do blue belt. You couldn't do leg locks until you're a blue belt. Heel hooks, absolutely not allowed. Reaping, absolutely not allowed. So I'm winning a lot of tournaments at blue belt. I start doing intermediate divisions. I start doing expert divisions. I go against this 16-year-old prick. And I'm like, should I record this? Nah, I don't want to beat up some little kid. I don't need to do that. Put my camera on put it on the table. I go. So I'm beating this kid the whole match, but he's good. And at the last 10 seconds, I have his back. He turns around, gets me in an outside heel hook, fucking pops my leg. 16-year-old. Fuck, man. The next day, I signed up at Renzo Gracie Academy. The kid's name is Evan. Who the girl who won ADCC? It's her brother.
Oh shit!
You definitely know him. Evan something. What the hell's the name of the girl who won ADCC trials? Evan something, but he's really good now. Yeah. He's tough now. I want a rematch.
You want a rematch?
Hell yeah.
Let's go. That's fucking awesome. How old were you at that time?
Damn, then you could figure out how old I am.
Oh, all right.
But I was 28 or 29, I think. Something like that.
Something like that. All right, bro. That's
and
awesome.
then I fucking walked in. So I'm a very intense guy. And the gym I was at was a non-competition gym.
Oh, man.
Very relaxed.
So
I walked into fucking
This wasn't
Renzo.
your flavor, right?
Not
You
at
just
all.
kind of knew. You vibed it.
And I walked into Renzo, so I'm like, wow, everybody is like me here.
Yeah.
And it was like
this
heaven,
is where
dude.
I belong. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome, man. It's
Appreciate
awesome when you realize that you make that click. Like, this is where I belong.
This is where I fucking belong, man.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
fucking awesome.
That is awesome, man.
And then they moved to fucking Puerto Rico.
Are you going to go visit them?
I'm thinking about possibly this week. I'm going to go for a week to visit.
Nice, man. I
Yeah.
actually have family down there myself. It's so
You're
fucking...
Puerto Rican?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Jaeger. I'm half Puerto Rican.
Oh,
bro.
okay.
Half white.
Okay.
Yeah,
What part?
What part
Of
in
Puerto Rico, yeah.
So a lot of my family's in Bayamon. It's pretty close to Dorado, which is where the Death Squad guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is Dorado? They tell me it's just a rich place. Where
It's a pretty
gated.
wealthy area. Yeah. It's a pretty sweet spot.
But I rip on them all the time because they abandoned me. I'm like, the beach gets boring after the first 5 or 6 times. Like, what's there to do down there?
So I'm a multifaceted guy. One of the things I recently did down there that I really enjoy is rock climbing. Some fucking awesome like volcanic rock caves that you can climb into and shit. And I like to do that shit where you clip on the walls and shit. I don't know if you've ever done that.
Wow.
It's a fucking great time. But yeah, that's some things to do. Obviously the beaches. There's some clubs. I doubt they're open right now. Food is amazing. My favorite.
So it's a place
to
that you
go-
could actually live
Yeah, man. I mean,
as an American.
yeah, it's an American. What do you call it?
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth. That's right. That's correct. Yep. Yeah. My favorite place to go there. A lot of people really blow up Culebra. That's the one, like one of the top 10 nicest beaches in the world. But there's another small island called Vieques. I highly recommend you check this place out, bro. I think The food there is amazing, first of all. They just fucking, there's like pop-up shit everywhere.
Really?
And like, they have fucking good bars. The nightlife is really cool. There's a lot of English-speaking people there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the spot I recommend.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but these guys, they keep posting pictures of the beach. I'm like, fucking stop posting pictures of the beach and come back to New York.
That's so funny, man. So you live in Jersey, but you were training in New York.
Hour and a half every day, dude.
Every day, dude. That's one way.
So when I was so it was 2017. Yeah, 2017. I joined Henzo's. I left my job, and I was very poor. So I would go into the train from Fairlawn to Secaucus. I would hide in the bathroom so I don't have to buy a ticket. And at Secaucus, I would walk behind someone, so when they swipe, I could run behind them on the train. I make sure the train conductor couldn't find me, and I did this every fucking day just to train there, man.
That's fucking epic, bro.
Fucking wild.
That's the kind of shit where it's a fucking story. Like, I did whatever it took. Whatever it took to be this good, man.
Yeah,
to
man.
follow my dream.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you told your guys moments ago, where like I'm gonna kill my dream and get a 9-to-5 or something?
Oh yeah, I used to do demotivational videos. You know, I'll say, you can do it. I would do videos like, you can't do it. Quit your dreams and get a 9-to-5. You want to eat healthy? Why? Just eat fast food. It's on my channel, Rack000. And
That's fucking awesome.
I got a lot of hate for those. Like, hey, you work in corporate America. You know, people can see this and you're going to get fired. And I think I got demotivated and stopped making them.
That's so funny, bro. So what made you, what was the moment, if there was one, that made you go, this corporate shit is just not for me?
Oh, this is a good story.
Yeah.
So I go out on a date with this girl in Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn at the time. I thought I was cool. Mm-hmm. I leave her house. I'm walking home. On the way home, there was a man following me. He was a certain race that I'm not going to say to stay politically correct. Mm. But the thoughts in my mind were literally this. I'm not going to walk faster because I don't want him to think I'm racist. That was the literal thought of my head. Follows me, cuts me off, puts a gun to my head, says, give me your fucking phone. Give me everything you got. Give me your phone, give me your wallet. And at that moment, I just saw my life flash before my eyes. I'm like, do I fight this guy? As soon as I do this, all you got to do is pull a trigger. I give him my phone, give him my wallet, and he goes, walk. I start walking. He said, don't look back. I go. And the cops come, whatever. The rest is history. But on that night, I realized if I had died that night, I would have died a common man, a nobody that didn't even attempt to follow his fucking dreams.
That's hard, dog.
It took 2 pulmonary embolisms, near death, and a gun to my head to realize it's time to fucking go after it, dude. You don't want to die a common man.
Damn,
Get the fuck out of the cubicle.
That's fucking hard, bro. That is some hard shit right there, Mike. Damn, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, bro. It's a fucking wild area.
To this day, dude, this was in a nice area of Brooklyn. This is fucking Carroll Gardens. To this day, if someone's walking behind me, I can't. It bothers me.
No doubt, bro.
Middle of the day, someone walks behind me. I'm like, why is he walking so close?
For real, bro. Too close, man.
Huh?
Fuck
That's why the one thing I love about the quarantine is I think the mask and all that are bullshit, but I love that I could tell people to get away from me. I used to go to restaurants, dude. I love to go to restaurants alone. I'm weird.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk to people when I eat.
Same,
dude,
bro.
Fucking dead silence. I go to like a Chinese restaurant at 3 p.m. when I know nobody's there. It's the best experience. Motherfuckers will come sit right by me and slurp their soup and chew with their mouth full. And now I could tell them, hey, social distancing, dude, get the fuck away from me. And they have to listen. Before I just have to keep giving them dirty looks.
Yeah. Dirty looks.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, man.
Man, you're a fucking... Your tale is that of a warrior, though, bro. I fucking love it. What do you think? I've listened to your podcast a few times and stuff, so I know you were raised like your mom was pretty brutal and stuff.
Very brutal, dude.
What do you think is a big part of the ethos, like, of your life? Like, maybe like you had like a life lesson. Maybe it was like your uncle with the metal music and some other things like this. What kind of gave you that lion heart? You know what I mean?
I would say everything is nature and nurture, right?
Of course.
So my nature is that my father was a boxer and a wrestler. My grandfather was a wrestler. My great-grandfather was a wrestler. My great-great-grandfather is big in Iran, right? So we have the nature. And the nurture is just that I've been living in fucking complete chaos since I was born.
Yeah.
My mom just says, hey, I'm going to divorce your dad and move to America with just you at 2 years old. Just very irresponsible, dumb, and fucking I had to live a life of just constant chaos ever since then. So fighting wasn't a choice. It was, you had to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and my mom
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and my mom was hard of hearing, pretty much deaf. Kids would make fun of her, and I don't care what anyone says. Someone makes fun of your mom, you fucking swing at them, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if I get a detention or this and that.
Yeah.
And
for sure, bro.
And people say like, hey, I see you selling T-shirts and hoodies. You're a real hustler, dude. And I'm like, I'm not hustling to have a roll of hundreds and say, yo, I'm a hustler. It's survival. I'm taking care of my family, man. And my goal is to turn this place, and I will turn this gym into a multi-million-dollar gym.
That's fucking epic, bro. Like, into the fitness center of your dreams.
I fucking will.
Is it going to be in New Jersey?
It will be in New Jersey. I will not fucking move to Puerto Rico.
That's fucking epic.
It will be in fucking New Jersey, dude. And, what was I? Oh, so I have a did you ever listen to any of my podcasts about the gym owners?
Maybe.
So like a lot of these people, they want to get somewhere, but they don't ask advice from people who are already there.
Yeah.
I hit up Tom DeBlas, Jamal Patterson. I went to Maryland. I did the numbers, and I think these guys are close to the millions. I know one of the guys I interviewed is in the millions. You just got to ask them how they got there, man, and see what they all have in common. And I think I have it figured out. I think I have it figured out. You have to be more than a coach. You have to be a fucking therapist to your students. You have to be a friend. You have to be a father figure. If your heart is in it, you'll get there. And a lot of these gym owners, their heart is not in it, man. They just didn't want to work in a cubicle, and they're like, I guess I'll run a jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah, I can get by doing this instead.
Fuck them, man.
They don't have the hunger for it.
Yeah, like Matt in the Black Basement, man. He fucking put his neck out to do that.
Bro.
He made his apartment into a gym. Like, his bed is in the corner.
Bro,
I think he's going to do very well.
I think so, man. I told him, like, he was running into some issues with everything, and I was like, dude, you belong doing this, man. Don't let anything compromise it. So once he got this new spot, I was like, fucking yes, bro.
His old spot was not his apartment. The one after the apartment, he ran into some issues.
Yeah, dude. It was
He
fucking...
opened up right by
dude.
by another gym. And
like, it's just... And the location was weird, right? Like, it was in a mall. Yeah. So that was just kind of like I think... In his words, he said it's too modern of an idea to have a jiu-jitsu gym in a fucking mall.
Yeah.
You know
what he's got going now is going to do very well.
Dude, it's a nice spot. The people he has coming in there are good people as well, man. It seems like a nice community, bro. And it's just like you said, man. Like, it's all about fostering that relationship. You got to be more than a coach.
And he's prepared to do that. I know that. What's the I've never been to the Black Basement. What's a training session like there?
Oh, man, it definitely depends on the day, right? But in the basement, man, the only time I've ever been in a comparably sweaty swamp of martial arts is like at a 10th Planet open mat in Bethlehem when there's like 40 or 50 people rolling on one like mat space, and it's just a fucking swamp. Oh man, that's what the basement was like in the summer, dude.
And you guys go for long periods of time, but roll light, right?
We there are some hard rolls. There's some light rolls. It's a lot of, asking questions, man. It was my jiu-jitsu evolved in 2020 more than any other year.
So it's not just training, a lot of asking questions.
Man, well, for me, right, because it's my temperament. Like I said, I'm not out here trying to be a fucking one of the greats. I just enjoy the sport. I have a passion for it, and I love to see how things work, right? Like I was a fucking president of the chess club in high school.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I love chess.
Yeah, dude, we should fucking we should definitely.
Are you on chess.com?
Let's go, dog. Add me. I only do timed matches though. Like,
oh, fuck you.
No, but I'm not saying like we have to do like a 20-minute match. But I hate when like someone tries to play me over like 7 days. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that. Let's do 1 or 2 hour time limit, and then like we have 1 or 2 hours. Dedicate that to me, because you're doing that with your boys when you play Xbox, motherfucker. Do that for me when we play chess.
Do you ever watch the movie Fresh?
Fresh, no.
Oh, you loved it. It's a movie about some kid in the hood. Chess is a theme in it. It's not about chess.
Yeah.
But the father says, you take the best in the world, you put the clock on their back, I'll chew their asses up. Mm-hmm. So in a match with no time limit, he says, obviously these guys have the best training, but you put the clock on their back, I'll chew their asses up. So the timed chess is about making a lot of quick decisions under pressure, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, for me, that like speed chess where like you have to hit the clock and that shit, that's a completely other animal. For me, it's more just I want you to if we're gonna do a match, I want you to dedicate the time.
Jiu-jitsu is like human chess. No, I'm not gonna,
it's three-dimensional chess.
Cliche ass fucking statement like that.
I said that to one of your students today.
Shut the fuck
3D
up.
chess.
Oh my god, I hate that. My new thing is, as soon as I hear a cliche statement, I'm just gonna start fucking rocking people, just knocking people out. Oh, you either win or you learn. Yeah. Were you there for the pro tournament, Fuji?
No, I had to leave right after your name got called. Basically, I'm upset because I wish I could have saw your match, man.
Some good matches,
dude. I'll bet, man. I bet it was a fucking good day. I had to go film like right after.
Oh, okay.
Right after my shit, I had to go to my. To go set up for a film job that was like an hour away.
Okay,
so I had to go.
Yeah, so I had one very close fucking match. I had a very close fucking match, dude, where I was about to win. And at the end, someone told me, you either win or you learn. And I wanted to kill them. I wanted to be like, shut your fucking mouth, dude. You don't win or you learn. You either win or you suck.
Yeah. And then you got to fucking try harder.
Oh, my God.
You got to punish yourself.
Yeah, man. How'd you end up doing?
How did I lost both my matches by points. I'm not a point guy, man.
Don't say that. You have to be a point guy.
I know I need to, and that's why I keep doing them. I don't want to, because I won my last sub only. I got double gold at my last sub only thing, but I'm not good at points, so I need to. I've been working.
Train with points.
I need, and that's what I've been doing. Matt has a great thing for this, right? What he does is he said Alex Nemeth did this with him, and that's how he kind of got good. But every time he like passed my guard and scored on me, he would go 2.
That's what I do. That's what I do with my guys.
It makes me so fucking mad, bro.
My God.
It gets me moving like nothing else, bro. I get so fucking mad.
And then you're gassed out of nowhere. You're like, fuck, this is hard.
It's fucking brutal, bro.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. That's exactly what I do to my guys.
That's what you got to fucking do, man. It's just, it's so funny. Like the basement and then my home gym, Valley, we're snipers, man. We're hunting for subs the whole time. Like, it doesn't seem like points are a,
but look at
a big
Andrew,
piece
dude.
of it. Yeah,
Andrew does everything.
Dude, Andrew's a fucking...
He does sub only. He does points. You gotta
legendary.
fucking be like that.
I know, bro. And that's why, like, I've been training with him with the intention. I'm like, dude, let's make points a big part of, like, every role we do, like, leading up to it. I definitely did way better than my last one. Like, the last one, I got 1 submission, but I lost by points again at the same Fuji thing that was the one before. And like, that's my gym. So like, every time they come around, I'm like, I'm fucking going. Like, it's a fucking, yeah, dude.
Right
I gotta stand.
Who's that fucking bitch from that left your gym to go to 10? His name is something Rose. Johnny Rose. His fucking profile is War of the Rose. He talked shit to me on Instagram. He's like, man, you act the
Jared.
match.
You're talking about Jared?
Rose, his last name Rose.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
He's like, because I beat Eric Shaw in overtime. He's like, you act like you won by submission. You're a pussy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, let's meet up and let's have a match. And he just never responded to me. So I've been fantasizing about finding him one day and just camel crushing him.
What is the camel crush? What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Did you see my last match on Instagram?
No, I just deleted my Instagram off my phone.
Why would you do that?
Well,
you're a fucking documentary maker.
I know. So I have it on a separate phone now. So I've been using it a lot less. So, and I found out like it's been doing really good things for my mental health in the sense that I'm doing way more productive shit with my time.
Oh, then you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, but also their new terms and services kind of wig me out.
What is it?
So I'm actually going to make a big video on this. I'll DM it to you to make sure you get it because I'm going to go really in depth on this, right? But one of the things that Instagram, the app, is able to do now is scan through your SMS texts and look for keywords to better know how to advertise to you. Fuck that, dude. I'm not a big fan of that shit.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I used to work in like cybersecurity, right? Like I was a network engineer before, so I know how this shit works. And man, in the wrong hands, like.
Oh yeah. Dude,
I
literally
these big tech companies are way too powerful, bro.
And why do we allow it to happen is the thing I don't get.
Yeah, did you watch that Social Dilemma thing on Netflix?
Send it to me, dude.
Bro, you gotta see it.
We just sit back on our asses, like with this quarantine. I defied the quarantine the whole time.
Dude.
I did not listen to a single rule.
Yeah, man, that
people
sheep
think
mentality
I'm crazy.
shit, bro.
Yeah, it's like if you let evil happen, it'll happen. Iran. Fucking dictatorship, dude.
Bro, and
imagine
in Iran if everyone had Instagram on their phone and the dictator says, you know what, I want to subpoena like Facebook and I want all of their data on these people.
Yeah, man.
Anyone that uses these hashtags, I want a list.
Yeah, that's a thing. That
Why is that so scarce to people in America?
It could happen here tomorrow, dude. In 6 months, from March, not 6 months, from let's say March to June, in a 2-3 month time, we had all of our freedoms taken away, and it was because of a virus. You can't go out at this time. You can't eat at this time. You have to shut your business down. And we as a society just said, okay,
fuck it.
We bent over. Okay. What's to say that they won't just say, you got to stay closed now? You know? It's scary shit.
It's scary as fuck, dude. Like, I heard this scary statistic. I don't know how accurate this is. I just kind of overheard a couple of my buddies saying it, but I imagine that it's true in my area anyway. Yelp, right? You know, the website Yelp.
Are they even a thing anymore? I don't hear about them too much.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely still a thing. You go there, you write reviews like, 2 stars.
It used to be much bigger though, right?
Yeah, I think Google Reviews now has a thing. But in Yelp, right, they have a thing in there that for COVID shit where you can say maybe you're experiencing a closure and you can declare whether or not it's a permanent closure or you're temporary, right?
Oh, I've seen so much permanent.
Dude, 60% of small businesses are permanently closed as a result of this, dude.
And who's going to buy them out? The big corporations. Now they have more power.
Especially if they raise the minimum wage, right? How hard is it going to be for a mom and pop shop to come up, bro?
Impossible, dude.
Unless you got like family members that are going to be willing to work.
It's fucking ridiculous. And we got to do something about it, man. I just defy all orders. I just don't listen to anybody. And I think everybody should do the same. I
feel like you get respect from people that are like-minded, too.
I get a lot of hate, too.
Oh, for sure, bro. Like, oh, you're irresponsible. It's like, no, man. I eat what I need to eat to be healthy, and I train. My body.
Have you noticed everybody who is very pro-quarantine, they all have a couple things in common. They all still have their job because they have a work-from-home deal.
Must be nice.
Yeah, and they're usually wealthy. You don't really see a poor guy who lost his business be okay with what's going on.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And here's another thing. I remember having this conversation with one of my friends who's, maybe more skeptical about the quarantine and shit. And I was saying, like, he was saying, like, oh, man, like, if you're still doing jiu-jitsu, like, I don't know if I want, like, to be around. I'm like, dude, you need to understand something about the jiu-jitsu community. We wipe down these mats every night. We're horrified of staff.
I'm doing temperature checks.
Dude, we're
wiping down the mats.
We're some of the cleanest people around because we know that the threat of bacteria
and healthiest people around.
Dude, seriously.
Everyone I know in jiu-jitsu world who got corona, they're like, it was just pretty much like the cold.
Yeah. It's like I farted a few times. I'm good.
Number one factor of death in Corona is obesity. What do? Close down all the gyms. Does that make any fucking sense, dude?
No, dude.
Does that make any sense?
And you have to like the thing that scared me in New Jersey. I heard, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe it was a rumor, but you guys had an actual, what do you call it? A curfew.
Yes, dude.
That's crazy.
Just like in fucking Iran during wartime, you can't come out after this time. I defied that too. I remember in March there was a curfew. The cop told me, hey, you know, the curfew's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, I know. Not following it. And they didn't have the right to arrest me, so.
That's crazy, bro.
It's fucking crazy.
Let me ask, logically, why? Like, did some crazy event happen where like you guys had like some wild outbreak or something? I know New York was pretty much like a hotbed.
They're just testing how much power they could throw around, and they realized how easy it was.
It's wild, man.
And America was founded on rebellion, man.
Seriously, bro.
We're not paying taxes for
Britain
without representation. We're throwing your tea in the water. And I think, but what I really hate happen is like conservative, like, look at the liberals, and the liberals like, look at the conservatives. I always say that the right wing and the left wing are feathers of the same bird.
Yeah, bro.
We're all the fucking same, bird, dude, man. We're all the same.
Yeah, man. I feel like, and that's a big thing for obtaining, you know, a great wealth of power.
Divide and conquer.
Exactly.
Most left and right wing people are pretty much the same. They have some differences, but they're the same.
Yeah, like especially
all
on
this shit on the news
sides.
is making us just go further and further from each other, man.
You know where you don't really see it though? Like you don't see like the butting heads from like right and left in a jiu-jitsu room.
That's right.
You can be
That's
you
so
can be
true.
a liberal and I can be a
cops
conservative.
here. I've got gangsters here,
Stoners.
stoners, and they all get along. That's really cool.
It's beautiful, man.
Every race is here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I realize about that here? Jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter what race or whatever you're, it's the cream of the fucking crop. There's a guy that has respect. There's a guy that has values. That's who comes here. So every race, every religion has their cream of the crop.
Hell
so
yeah,
we're all
man.
the same, man. As much as people want to divide us, like, fuck that.
That's awesome, man.
Shit. Yeah.
Talk to me about kind of like your coaching and stuff, right? Like, so how long have you been coaching, like, and kind of getting your guys ready for competitions and stuff? Like, this gym, you've only been open for
October 18th.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm shocked how good these guys got in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, dude, I was, what's, you have a Romanian wrestler in
TV.
Dude, he's a gangster, bro.
Dude,
I was kind of like rolling light, like kind of feeling him out, and he was fucking giving me the grease. I was like, damn.
I'm like, listen, what we're going to do with you, you're not going to be a typical fucking wrestler. You're going to know how to play guard. I'm going to show you leg locks. Sean's going to show you Darcis. And, dude, purple belts come in here, and he just eats them alive.
That's amazing, bro.
So proud.
Yeah.
At the holiday open mats that I had, a lot of people from Pennsylvania, from New York came.
That's awesome.
Like blues, purples, and my 3-month students were chewing them up.
That's awesome,
so
bro.
it's just you got to take Danaher's system and teach your students that way. That's my opinion.
Can you touch on that? Like, what are some qualities from that system that you utilize that you find?
So he'll take
really
a move that you usually teach in about 4 steps, and he'll turn it into like 40 steps. You know, step 1, step 2, step 3. And the way he teaches, you just absorb it. And I feel like I kind of, after 3 years of training under him, I have an idea. Number 2, positional training. Most gyms you go see, you start from the knees. Here, on at least twice a week, we do positional training. You start from the mount, you start from turtle, you start from guard, you know, start from single leg and that. And you got to be strict. No dicking around. When John teaches, you could hear a pin drop. Everyone's dead silent. Everyone respects him. So we build that here. It's not a social club. It's not a fun. It's fun, like jiu-jitsu wise. I don't want people dicking around during practice. And I feel if you do that, you see tremendous progress.
What is it about the discipline that you think translates to becoming a better competitor? Like not fucking around?
Yeah, because if you let one person fuck around and talk about their weekend, everybody talks about their weekend. And then it just becomes a big clusterfuck. So I preach, you go hard. You don't take any rounds off. We do 6 6-minute rounds. 7 or 8, 9, 10 optional, but you must do 6-minute rounds. And I've seen hobbyists turn into like competitive level guys. All you need to do is go up to someone who's trying to take a round. Oh, come on, man, just go light. And you see they'll go light and they'll go hard. The next thing you see, they lost 30 pounds. The next thing you know, they want to compete. You know, that's kind of the culture I'm trying to build here.
That's awesome.
Appreciate
man.
that. I got a lot of hate for it because they're like, then the hobbyists aren't going to join. I'm like, they will. They just have to train like a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you train? Let me ask this question specifically. I want to ask it the right way. Do you identify the hobbyists from the competitors? How do you kind of decide you have potential, you should compete maybe, and kind of push them in this direction?
They have to want it. So I don't.
You can already see that.
I could already see that. Yeah. So I had a girl join up with her boyfriend just because her boyfriend does jiu-jitsu, like a real cute, nice girl. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm taking it easy on her. I'm like, you don't have to go hard. You know, you go at your own pace. Just show up. And after about a month of training, she's like, you know what? I want to compete. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to hold you to a different standard now. If you don't want to compete, okay, you don't have to go hard. Maybe if you want to take a round off, I might let you. But if you want to compete, you better be here every fucking day. You better fucking go hard. You better take this seriously. And I see a lot of guys who will say they want to, but then they'll slack off, and I'll yell at them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome,
Appreciate
bro.
that.
I feel like that's something in my gym that's if there's a competition coming up, the attitude of the gym changes a little bit. Like, these guys are competing. They're give them the grease.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that we're testing different.
What does
positions.
give them the grease mean?
Yeah.
Beat them up?
Yeah, man. Like, give them that sauce. You ever heard
interesting.
That? Yeah, the grease.
We got code red here. So
Yeah.
if we have a visitor who's trying to test us out,
oh man,
we're like him, code red.
Yeah.
So
Everyone gives
don't
him
go
the
easy.
grease.
Yeah. First TB, then Sean, then me.
That's awesome.
Because we get to represent the gym, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
man. I had hard rounds with like everyone I went with, bro. I mean, the first guy I had was, I guess he was pretty new. His name escapes me. It starts with an A. He's a newer guy. Yeah, but like you know, everyone else. It was nice how many people approached me to roll. That was so cool.
That's what
man.
I say.
I love that.
Don't make these little clicks.
Yeah.
You gotta ask everybody to roll.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. And especially with a visitor, right? Because you know, like, I'm probably not gonna be here for
I usually give a visitors like a round of applause or like I forgot today with you, but I should have.
Yeah.
But I'm like, welcome
they kind
them
of
with.
realized once I started setting the podcast shit up. They're
Yeah,
like, oh shit,
like,
you're that guy. Like, I was like,
yeah, I'm like, give them a round of applause, make them feel welcome.
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of people
awesome,
like
man.
that.
So you pretty much open to like people coming in to cross train every now and then and drop in visitors and shit like that.
So Gary warned me against this. He's like, you don't want to become a drop-in gym. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, you don't want people to come in, drop in once a week, every week, because then they're learning your techniques. They're seeing your students. You're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. So I decided to.
That's like a competitive mentality to have, right?
Yeah.
Like a casual school might not feel that way.
Exactly. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to build a team, but I'm also trying to make money. So I'm not going to tell a $20 drop in that he can't come. But then I noticed, you know, people were dropping in more than once. And then I'm like, listen, you can come once in a while, but if you want to come consistently multiple times a week, you got to sign up. Yeah. There was this one guy who I said you could come for free once in a while, but then he just started coming every day. I'm like, hey, you're going to have to sign up. And he got fucking offended. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah,
man.
This is a business.
Yeah, seriously, bro.
It's wild, dude.
I feel like people need to respect that. You got bills to pay, bro. You know?
Yeah,
what I
people
mean?
don't respect that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is a fun thing to do. I'm not gonna pay you. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like I'm giving you skills to defend yourself, motherfucker.
Exactly. So about that DVD, what are we gonna do?
Oh, you want to put together a DVD?
Yeah.
Bro, let's talk about it, man. I've
What do you think? So
yeah,
I have two ideas. Going with the best people in the world on a daily basis, I feel like I've developed a very good strangle defense.
I imagine
Craig Jones and Nicky Rod and Gordon on your back, and sometimes I'll put up a real good fight. I have a good idea of how to get out of the back. So I'm thinking about doing an anti-strangle DVD. And it's the best leg lock school in the world by far. And I feel like my leg lock defense is pretty good. I could do an anti-leg lock, like leg lock defense DVD. I have 7 hours of shit I could say. And then I have to do a Campbell Crusher DVD.
Let's go.
I'm thinking about doing a Kesagatami DVD. I could probably do like an hour or two of that.
Yeah.
How would that even work? How could we start that?
Yeah, I mean, well, so first thing we need is like the space, right? So do you want to do it here? Do you want to do it?
What do you think of the lighting here? Would it work?
I have my own lighting stuff, so I could definitely set you up with that. So I did Rob Deagle's leg lock instructionals, like most of them, right? And what we did is a lot of times we went up to Henzo's in Connecticut, and I brought my lighting, I set up everything, and then like we have microphones everywhere, so I'm getting different angles of you speaking, making sure we can cut that into the thing. And basically what Rob ended up doing, which was pretty cool, is he kind of broke the mold in this way, and I think he's probably seeing a lot more success because of this. He doesn't have his material out on like
BJJ Fanatics.
Yeah, exactly. He has a website. I can't remember.
Teachable.
Yes. Yeah. There's a few guys that have that set up that do jiu-jitsu instructionals, and so it's a cool site. Like it has like subscription service and stuff like that. But he you get a way bigger cut than BJJ Fanatics. You know, has it.
What's the cut on Teachable?
I don't know, bro. I don't have any
Probably what I'll do
instructionals.
too.
Yeah, do some Googling. Yeah.
So when could we start that?
Well, let's talk offline.
Oh yeah, why offline, huh?
Just so we
Let's
can
talk turkey, dude.
Let's
Come on.
talk turkey.
Let's talk online.
You can ask me a couple more specific things. When's good for you? We can do it.
ASAP.
ASAP. All right, bro.
ASAP.
All right. Do you want to do like Let me say this, and this is just this isn't a plug for Studio 84 because I love them. This is a plug for Studio 84.
They're my good friends, man.
Dude. Well, their lighting
is phenomenal.
Pristine. I don't need to bring my lights.
Wow.
I don't need to because the way Guy built the gym. Have you been there?
No.
Dude, the lights in the ceiling are perfectly like it looks like some shit out of the Matrix, bro. When you look at his ceiling, I swear, like, cause it's one of those things where if you're not a film guy, like maybe you would just go, "Oh, that's cool," and then you look at.
I feel like the lighting here is not good, is it?
This is what I would be concerned about.
The matte color.
Well, first of all, like, where do you want the background, right? Because there's a lot of things in here where, you know, if you look at like Gordon's DVDs and things, you know, they're against the wall, and maybe the logo of the gym is on the wall behind them or something to this effect, right? Maybe we could do it over here with like the flags and stuff. That's kind of a cool thing. But honestly, you're going to be looking down, right? A lot of especially for like the leg lock stuff, that's going to be on the floor, right? So something that you might want to do is consider having light kind of fill the space, right? So the problem with these right here, let's say, for example, you're doing a belly down arm bar, right? And the guy's like turtled up and you got his arm. You need some fill lighting to see what's going on under there, right? Yeah, so that's just like one specific example where, you know, you need these different lighting implements and things like that. This feels pretty good. Like if we were going to film here and I was going to like recommend like something like that, maybe I'd say let's put like a backdrop that looks nice over this
What do you
door.
have, like a black fucking thing we could use? Like a black blanket?
We could probably figure something out. I don't usually bring stuff like that. Usually I just kind of like recommend stuff. But like I said, Studio 84, if you talk to those guys, bro, I'm sure they would be down with like letting you film there, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm really tight with Jay and all the guys. I just had Jay on the show yesterday. So
oh, really? He's so
man.
smart,
dude. He's the fucking man.
When he commentates matches, man, it's like I'm like, yo, this guy's a genius.
Dude, he speaks well,
I love the way he speaks. He's so smart.
Yeah, dude.
Unbelievable.
The way you gotta drop in there sometime, bro.
How far is this? Very far from here, no?
Give me a second to think.
Probably what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, I would say that. Because I came from Guy's place to get here, and that took me about 2 hours. But he's like a half hour.
Did you put the stuff on Teachable, or did you just give a raw file? And
with Rob, I cut a pretty specific deal. He wanted to do all the editing and everything, so I was like, all right, here's all the files.
But you know how to do the editing?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna fucking
Yeah.
I have my Adobe Premiere. It's not.
Yeah, I just bought this crazy gaming laptop because I was like, man, I want something that I can run the podcast on, edit 4K footage, make everything look perfect.
What do you run your podcast off?
Right now we're streaming live from OBS, Open Broadcast Software.
Okay. And what do you use to? I use Anchor.
Oh, I just sent. Oh, I definitely want to talk about that. I want to know about your podcast too. Like, we can definitely segue into that. But I just post everything that I post on YouTube. I keep all the audio files because I'm planning on doing like an RSS feed.
You have to.
I will, but
no one fucking watches YouTube for podcasts.
Some people do. Like that's how I kind of got into podcasts.
Really?
A lot of the ones I listen to, I don't really.
I listen to podcasts when I'm driving.
Yeah, but
I'll never turn on YouTube and fucking drive. Never.
Yeah. Well, I do, but I use like an app that you can just turn on YouTube and let the audio play.
What's the name of the app?
New Pipe. And
New
Pipe? I didn't fucking name it. All right.
NEW. I'm down with it. Dude,
I'll show you it too.
I just would never have Spotify if I knew about that.
Dude, for real. And what else is really cool about this app, bro? You can it's like an anonymity tool, right? It doesn't send your personal info to Google. And I'm very into this stuff. Like,
app?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, YouTube is so invasive, man. Like, it almost like Instagram was like a nightmare thing. Like, like I said, I'm gonna be making a series of videos on the topic of this because I find that a lot of people that have my same concerns, when you talk to them, they're patronizing and go, "Oh, what do you mean you don't care about privacy? You don't care about the freedom of speech and you don't have anything to say? That's like saying, like, you know, whatever."
You sound like an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you intelligently
I'm trying to like portray this in a way like I don't care what your background is.
But here's
let me paint how this could affect you.
I love that.
And that's what I'm like. I have a notebook. Like I don't even have the info like digital anywhere yet.
Stuff.
Just like I fucking wanted to organize it really well on paper. But yeah, my plan, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm transparent about this. Once you get to 1,000 subs, you can be a YouTube partner, and then you get paid on the ads, right? That's my first goal. Once I have that, I know I can pay for any service that I'm using then, because YouTube's free to use, right? But I want to make money from it that can feed using, like,
dude, if you want to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you need to have an RSS feed from your other avenues.
You think so? 100%. You think it would help? I'm concerned that it will.
My number one, the way I have so many views on my podcast is from Instagram.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How? Tell me.
I just relentlessly post on Instagram about my podcast, and people see it, they listen to it, they share it. I post it on Facebook. I post it on YouTube, and that goes into my podcast. You got to use every avenue possible, man. Don't wait till 1,000. Wait. No waiting. Boom. Do it.
Just get after it.
That's just my opinion.
All right. I might hit you.
You wait, you die.
First. Yeah.
That's why I really want to do this instructional with you. I don't want to fucking wait.
Yeah, bro.
So
it's a good time for it, right? Because like this is what I was telling so many people that want to start. Like, I want to start like this idea where we do like a virtual X, Y, and Z.
I want to.
You better fucking do it now, bro. Because once the quarantine's over, people are gonna want to go outside, and they're not gonna fucking give a shit about your digital stuff anymore. Right now, while they're locked up, you gotta give them some shit. It's
personal trainers, dude. My friends who switched to virtual personal training, which sounds fucking retarded, have made so much money.
I imagine.
They train their clients virtually. They have double the amount of clients now. You fucking adapt and you win.
Yeah, man.
If you don't, you get stuck in the mud. So I want to get those 3 instructionals out ASAP.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We can definitely line that up, bro. I'll come back up. We can definitely link up on it. But let's talk about your podcast a little bit, brother. Like Rambling with Rack podcast. I like something that you said in there about like the competition thing. You were just saying like something to the effect of like you gotta want the win more than you want to breathe and shit like that, right? Like you were saying like you have to hate losing almost like more than you like winning or something like this.
Yeah, man. You can't.
How do you get that edge, bro? Like how do you breathe that into your students?
By making them lose in front of the whole class. So I didn't do it for the past 2 weeks, but before, at the end of the class, I'd line everybody up. I'd pick 2 random guys. We fight.
And everyone watches.
Everyone watches. To feel that defeat in front of your class, or to feel that adrenaline rush, and it's in front of your friends, that prepares you for the day when you compete. It's going to be much scarier when you compete against people you don't know, but you understand.
But you're familiar with the sensation.
Yeah, I get real fucking dark with it. I go to the tournament and I'm like, if you lose today, your whole fucking family's gonna die by a firing squad. No, so when I go in there, I'm ready to die, man. I go hard.
That's crazy, man. And you were born in Iran, bro?
Yeah.
So you're no stranger to the fucking darkness that exists in this world, bro.
Yeah, dude. It's actually much better than the media makes it look like this crazy place.
Yeah.
But some crazy stuff does happen there. And I've seen some crazy stuff. So I know what human beings are capable of.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
I have some friends that are from Afghanistan that when I worked in IT, like it's crazy. Like a lot of the Middle Eastern guys do IT and shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a fucking.
And they probably got some stories,
dude. Well, for one, they have amazing tastes in food.
Yes.
So I always went out to eat with them because like the fucking the regular American people are just like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Wendy's. I'm like, that's lame. These guys are like, bro, there's a new Indian spot. It's like 20 minutes away. If we order ahead, like fucking, let's go. We'd always fucking try to strategize some shit like that, man.
I'll take you to a place next time you come up. There's some really good spots up here.
Hell yeah. When we do the instructional, I'm holding you to it, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Let's put a date on this instructional. So.
All right.
Next week?
Let me. Yes.
Okay.
During
I got
the week.
Him on
during
camera.
the week. Can you dedicate a whole day? It's a time-consuming process.
Oh yeah. How long does it take?
So setup obviously takes some time and shit like that. It's a little less time if you have some helpers and shit like that.
Maybe on a Saturday we can do it.
Saturdays are a little rough for me because of some. I have a contract for filming flag football. There's like a whole flag football league. I won't bore you with the specifics.
Dude, when I was in college, it was the hottest shit.
Yeah.
Dude, flag football in college was so fire. Like, it was a big thing.
Yeah, there's like a whole league in my hometown.
Yeah.
I have like a contract with this sports complex.
And it's kind of social distancing if you think about it, because you're not touching anyone. You're touching the flag.
Yeah. It's good, man. And it's a good league, man. Like, we run... It's a nice thing, man. Like, there's a nice booth that I have, like, where I fucking set up. We have like a whole camera system. I can show you actually a good example of like my capabilities with the filming shit that would interest the audience that are probably actually watching this. Is I filmed the last Sogi Invitational.
Okay.
Damian Anderson won that.
Oh, that was really good.
Dude.
I bust his balls so much.
Yeah.
He busts my balls, I bust his balls.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He was killing it, man. Dude, he was on a fucking roll that night, man.
He's such a good teacher too.
Damien?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal teacher.
That's awesome.
Very smart kid. But he's such an asshole. Last Fuji I lost by guillotine, and he was talking shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't you do a real fucking tournament? Instead of these basement tournaments. He's like, hey, I'd rather do that than lose. I'm like, fuck you. Man. Yeah, me and him go at each other a lot. That's fun.
Awesome, bro. It seems like the banter in the teams.
Oh, it gets so hard.
I fucking love it though, bro. We shit on each other at my gym too. And
if you lose a match, dude, oh man. Like, I want to go back because I need to train, but I don't want to go back because I know I'm gonna get ripped.
Yeah.
Especially by John. Oh, he's so evil.
That's that's good though, bro. There's something about that just makes you never want to fucking lose again.
I fucking got guillotined, and just out of spite, when I came back, he made the lesson on guillotine defense.
He didn't say anything to you. That was just a class. That's fucked.
And the whole time he was smiling at me. I'm like, you son of a... So bad.
That's fucked.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, yo, like, what inspired you to do your podcast? So let's kind of touch base on that a little bit. You run it out of your home,
dude. Wild. So, I've always wanted to do like YouTube videos for advice and all that, and I'm like, but I need the microphone, I need the wires, I need the laptop, I need the camera. Just like you said with 1,000 subscribers, I need.
Yeah.
Then one day I'm like, fuck it. Let's fucking do this.
Whatever I got, we're using.
I don't give a fuck. I'm doing a podcast. And some guy hit me up on Instagram. He's like, there's this app called Anchor. You literally record on your fucking phone. the quality is pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, your phone has to have a good microphone.
I mean, you probably know. I feel like the real high tech audio guys could hear the difference, but the average person can't.
Yeah,
I think the audio sounds great.
Yeah,
and it puts it out on every platform for you. It puts it on iTunes, Spotify, Pod Nation, whatever.
What's the fee? Like the monthly fee for that?
0.
What?
0
for Anchor. What?
But there's limitations.
Why the fuck are you using that? There's what?
The editing is trash.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like you have to go cut the sound out. I heard from YouTube that the sound quality is not the best. I think it's good. The editing is just not up there. I don't give a fuck. I talk into the fucking phone. I make a half-an-hour episode. I put it out, and it has 5,000 freaking subscribers.
You only have like a certain time limit per episode?
No, you do as long as you want.
Interesting.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't be. I don't know if I can do something like this. The guests that I've had, it's just I call them and it's recorded. But I don't know if I could do something like this. I got to look into it. But
what do you mean something like this? With the video?
I don't know if I could get a microphone connected to my phone and have a video.
You can, bro.
Yeah.
You see my device here? Like they have smaller scale drones like this where you can send like however many mics in, then you just take like an aux cable and that's your out to your phone.
Well, you got to teach me that shit.
Yeah, bro, I could do it. Like, I'll do it with your phone. I'll show you how I
literally just talk into my phone. I give advice on how ugly guys could pick up hot chicks. That's my most famous episode.
Yo, tell me about that, bro. What's some advice? I got this receding hairline. Help me out.
You want to go to Turkey with me? You get that fixed in fucking $1,000. So people are, oh, you have to have confidence. You have to have confidence. Listen. If you're just an idiot and you have confidence, doesn't matter. You need to not give a fuck, right? I mean, if you are wearing sweatpants and you look like shit, no. You gotta dress nice. You have to smell nice. That's all you gotta do. Look like a normal person.
So you're immediately going after pleasing senses, right?
Yes.
That's like primal shit.
Go up to every single girl in the club. Go up to every fucking single girl. And out of the 100, at least 10 to 20 will be interested. But people are so scared. They're like,
the rejection,
she's not that hot. I don't know. It's just fear.
Yeah.
And I just go out. I go to every single girl, and eventually it works. You need to not care.
Do you have like a golden Tinder pickup line?
I'm very bad on Tinder.
Yeah.
My Tinder game is trash. I get no swipes.
Because you need to be in person, bro.
I have to get that in. And I'm very bad in clubs because all they see is this mug. But in lounges, I'm fire in lounge because you could hear each other.
What do you mean a lounge?
Like music is medium.
Yeah, like a jazz club.
You could see each other. You could have a real conversation. But in a club, like boom, boom, they just see this.
Yeah,
no, it's not gonna work.
What's up?
Yeah,
you gotta fucking.
I fail in that setting.
It's not a good.
In a lounge or a bar setting, I'll always succeed.
My man.
Tinder trash. For some reason, there's a Muslim version of Tinder called Minder. I slay on that.
Let's go,
fucking
bro.
Slay on that.
You just say Sultan of Strangles. That's your tagline right there.
I say I don't want to explain to my future wife why I have a flowering pot in my bathroom because Middle Easterners we use like a hose water to wipe our ass. We power wash our ass and we just dry it up. It's amazing.
Fuck
so
yeah,
that's
like
a reference, and people think it's so funny. Yeah, it's like a bidet.
Bidet, yeah. That's funny.
Minder. Minder, dude. Yeah. But I have the hairline problem too, bro.
Yeah,
and
man. What are you gonna do, bro?
2 things. We could go to Turkey. They take the hair from the back of your head and just put it in the front. $1,000. In America, it costs like $8,000.
That's crazy.
Number 2, just fucking shave it.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's kind of one of the reasons I got the soul patch because one day I have to look like Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
I want to have been setting the look up so people aren't surprised.
Yeah. That's fucking amazing.
So what made you decide you wanted to do a podcast though? Like what made you say like I have a message, you know? Like what was the...
Do you know Dan Carlin, Hardcore History?
I love Dan. Dude, I love that podcast, bro. I listen to it on YouTube.
Dude, nothing comes close. Nothing comes fucking close.
Dude, I love his World War I one.
He shits on everybody.
Dude.
Did you listen to King of Kings?
Every one of them.
What's King of Kings about?
I believe that was the one about the Alexandria situation. No,
the Persian Empire, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But and there's a quote from that. Maybe I'm misquoting this, right? But my takeaway from the King of Kings one was, every great empire climbs in work boots and descends in silk slippers.
That's a quote from Nietzsche.
Yeah.
Nietzsche. It's the sound of empires is often no, it's not climbing it. Yes, it's climbing up in wooden shoes and going down in silken slippers.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2012, I'm like, I want to be like Dan Carlin.
Fuck yeah,
I made
bro.
the Persian History Podcast. It's 2 1.5-hour episodes. It has like 30,000 subscribers on SoundCloud.
That's awesome, man.
Didn't make a dime of money on it. Didn't get like cool 30,000. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that, man? Rambling with Rack, Dan Carlin. I don't want to say Joe Rogan because it's so cliche, but it really.
I mean, it is, bro.
And I'm like,
there's no problem in saying like the biggest fucking jujitsu, most famous dude that does like you ask any one on the street that doesn't train,
everybody knows.
Joe Rogan does jujitsu, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They don't know fucking.
Persian History Podcast took hours of research.
Yeah,
it's very hard. This, I think of something, I write it down, I talk about it.
You kind of clean it up on paper.
Yeah, I haven't made money from the podcast directly, but a lot of people listen to it and want to buy a T-shirt. They listen to it, they want to join the gym. They listen to it, they want to buy a hoodie. So it's helped me a lot in that way. And being on Nicky Rod's podcast, I used to get pulled over because of his pod. Hey, I saw you on the Nicky Rod podcast. Now it's, hey, you're that Rambling with Rack guy. I'm like, fuck yes.
Yeah, dude. Dude, when we were at Fuji and you were like, is that Brad the Bard? Bro, I fucking felt amazing.
That was amazing.
I love Mike right now.
I'm like, Brad the Bard.
I'm this fucking guy's #1 fan.
That was fucking awesome.
It was, man. I wish I could have fucking like been around for your match. You were warming up in our space and shit. It was crazy. Andrew told me like people were like invading the gym. Like he had it blocked off because he wanted it to be kind of like for us only. Mm-hmm. And then like people just started invading that fucking room.
Yeah,
dude.
A bunch of entitled fucks.
Yeah, for real, bro.
I'm very impressed with your questions today. When you told me you were gonna shoot from the hip, I kind of got a little pissed off.
Oh, really?
I'm like, this fucking guy thinks he's gonna do a podcast and wing it.
Oh my God! There are
sounds...
questions like this is an interesting thing.
But your questions were good. They were very well.
Well, here's the thing, right? I
thought you were gonna ask me like, do you stretch after you work out? I'm like, God, I might have knocked this guy out.
For real, bro. Like, I'm just gonna leave.
What's your strength and conditioning program?
Yeah, it's like, what do you eat every day for breakfast?
Dude, these jujitsu podcasts are so bad.
Man, I've heard some where I'm unimpressed. There are some that are doing good shit out there, and I'm not a jujitsu podcast. Yeah, I want people to know what Mike Rakshan's all about. Mm-hmm. Your jujitsu's amazing. You're a fucking tank. You know what I mean? You're hard to fucking move. You're neutron star. That's the coolest shit. But I want to know, like, how did you become this ambitious motherfucker sitting across from me? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? The people, that's valuable information.
I hope you guys learned tonight.
Yeah.
I would love to do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, I want to eat with you. Like, dude, I remember I was so fucking mad that, like, because outside when you fucking recognized me, you're like, you guys want to go eat after this? I'm like, so badly I do. But I can't. Fucking can't. Oh, dude, I was so fucking mad. But
now in this age, the wife, I got a wife and kids at home. Like, you boring fuck.
If there wasn't money ahead of me that I had to go claim for a job, I would have been there, bro. I'm gonna lose fucking mad sleep. I'm probably gonna crash on my way home tonight, fucking driving because we're gonna be done so late here. You know what I mean? Whatever. This is worth my time because I'm a fan of you, bro.
Appreciate. How long do you have to drive back home? Allentown?
From here, yeah. You tell me. How far is Allentown?
Hour and a half, but it's a very easy drive.
It's an easy drive.
It's fucking easy. It's
not so
drive.
bad then.
It's,
so I'm probably
287, 78.
Like 1 hour 45 minutes probably.
Okay.
So I'm not in Allentown. I'm a little deeper in there.
Oh really?
In
okay.
The woods.
Fucking sorry.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be like an hour. It ended up being close to 2 hours.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can end whenever you want, brother. Just no pressure here, man. I'm not trying to hold you up. I'm just 2
hours is good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Cool.
How do we do a cool ending now?
Oh, all right, man. It's 1 hour and 38 minutes at the moment.
Okay.
But I got a couple more questions I kind of want to fire off from the hip.
Go.
How did you start the shirt thing, right? Like you said, you started that shit when you were young, right? Like you said, you were hustling to these fucking kids, and you kind of just took what you knew then to apply it here, right?
So when I was a kid, I would always sell stuff. Like I would there was we had FBLA, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, etc. They would bring candy and then they would make the money and then donate it to whatever fucking organization. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this and I'm just gonna keep the money.
Own money, yeah.
So I would bring Butterfingers, etc. And I would make pretty good money and just keep it.
And that's in Jersey?
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah.
And
where did you go to high school?
Fairlawn High School.
Fairlawn High School.
Yeah. So I did that. I did a bunch of just side hustles, I guess. And then the Sultan of Strangles idea came out, and I'm like, I want to make it a T-shirt. So I thought of a sultan choking two people like this. So I message artists here. I'll get back to you in a week. Don't message me. They don't message me. I'll get back to you in 2 weeks. Don't message me back. I'm like, wow, everyone here is so fucking lazy. Mm-hmm. So I go on Upwork.com. I'm just like, I need someone. Guy from India immediately hits me up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hired. And then I said, I need this design. He's like, I got you. So he gives me a couple pictures with this design and a couple of his own ideas. One of them was just a guy strangling someone.
That we can see right down here.
Yeah.
Your one that you decided.
Yeah, no Sultan outfit, just a guy strangling another guy.
With the hat, right? He has like the hat on.
So I told him to add that.
Add the hat.
And I'm like, can you add a Sultan hat to this guy and add a beard? And it was like a good 2 weeks of back and forth emails until we got the Sultan of Strangles in.
Fuck yeah.
And then fucking Damien, that piece of shit, told me, he goes, Mike, the only people that are going to buy this are like your close friends and family. No one's going to buy it because it's a cool shirt. And I'm just like, just watch me, dude. I make the logo, and my biggest buyers were people I didn't know. So I show the design. I'm like, I need 100 T-shirts. Done. Week. I get the T-shirts, and on that day, I drove down to Maryland to teach a leg lock seminar, a week of leg lock seminars. I sold a good 70 of them.
Damn,
to
dude.
Random people that just fucking met me. The rest, random people on Instagram. Friends and family were like the minority of the people who bought them. Sold out.
Yeah.
Bought more. Sold out. And then one day I had the grand opening here. Over 100 people. I had to take the picture down because a bunch of Karens wanted to shut me down. So my friend comes in with a gift. It's a plain ass fucking gray hoodie that says Immortals Jiujitsu on it. I'm like, all right, cool, thanks, man. It says Sultan of Strangles. It's a cool gift. Thank you, buddy. So I'm walking around wearing this. I'm like, dude, that's a cool hoodie. Where can I get one? I'm like, you want a plain gray hoodie that just says Immortals Jiu-Jitsu?
Looks tight, bro. It's a nice design.
Significantly more popular than the Sultan of Strangles.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. What's on the back? Anything?
Nothing. Nothing.
I mean, hoodies are. I would buy a hoodie before I bought a fucking.
Yeah,
T-shirt.
so the Sultan of Strangles T-shirts sold out quick.
Yeah.
The Sultan of Strangles hoodies are
Mm-hmm.
These hoodies, everybody wants one. I don't get it.
Me
I'm
neither,
Iranian.
bro.
Middle Easterners, man, we like flashy shit.
Yeah, dude.
This is plain, and it just says and people fucking, everyone who comes, do you want Immortals or do you want Sultan of Strangles? Everyone says Immortals. They just want to rep something, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. It pops out, right? Like maybe the icon people wouldn't get as quickly that they read it and go, oh yeah, that's the fucking Koolrak one, right? That's fucking epic.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, let me ask you a couple questions, right? Are there any matches that you would like to have that you have never fought before? Like, do you have like a grudge match, a dream match that you would like to do?
There's this piece of shit in 2016 who punched me in the face in the match, didn't get called or anything for it.
You were in like in a competitive bracket here.
Jiu-jitsu, yeah. And his coach was fucking yelling, he's turning blue, finish him. I just didn't get the training I wanted. I wasn't at a school that was competitive, and the kid choked me in the end. And I know his name, and I want to go against him, and I want that rematch. Destroy him. I had a guy who I had him in a fully locked heel hook. I hesitated. I looked at him. I heard a pop. He took that to his advantage, got out, put me in a calf slicer, popped my knee out of place, put it back in. My knee still hurts from that. So about a year later, my dream came true. I went against him and I broke his fucking leg. Yeah.
You're a fucking monster.
Yeah, I'm like, you have no mercy on me. I'm not gonna have any mercy on you. But actual grudge matches, just matches. My dream match.
My other question was going to be, do you want any rematches? So you kind of answered.
Oh
that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Fucking rematches. Hell yeah.
Yes, you have two that
the
are.
guy from Fuji too, Jonathan Piersma, who fucking guillotined me. I don't have no animosity towards him, but I need to go against him again.
Yeah. So that's what you want, right? You want rematches against anyone who's beaten you.
Yeah. I'm thinking grudge. Does it have to be jiu-jitsu?
Oh no! If you could do a street beefs with anyone, who would it be? Could be someone famous. Justin Bieber. I don't care.
Ooh. Who do I fucking hate? I really hate the Paul brothers.
Oh, dude, they're a hot topic to hate right now.
I would just put him in the camel crusher, but not finish it. Just have him be terrified in that position for like an hour. Yeah. God, they're so fucking annoying, man.
Yeah, man. What do you think of that fucking fight that he did against
it's a mockery to the sport, dude. So Logan Paul was like a pretty high level wrestler, so I respect him for that. But you're making a mockery of martial arts at this point.
Yeah, by being like a meme, right? Because he's just being really disrespectful.
Yeah, man. It's like he doesn't understand the values of martial arts. You don't act disrespectful like that, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I want to see that guy get fucked up.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I hate him. Yeah.
If you could see any match between two competitors, what would the match be?
Dude, I would love to see Gordon Ryan versus Roger Gracie.
Yeah.
Gordon has so much respect for Roger.
Yeah.
He's like, you know how Gordon says, I'm the best ever? In private conversation, he's like, Roger's the best ever. And he would love to go against him. That would be a really good match.
Have they rolled before?
I don't think they have.
Interesting.
So one of the girls that trains under Roger told me that the match where Roger beat Marcus Buchecha,
yeah,
he was training like 3 days a week for that. Yeah. It's wild.
The guy knows his his body and mind, you know? He's in tune with what he needs, I guess, to be ready to fight. It's crazy, man.
Hell yeah.
The fucking gifted ass motherfuckers.
Hell yes.
That's epic. So what's your favorite rule set? Is there a rule set like you prefer?
So here's my take.
Yeah. Like which
Sub-only
promotion
cool.
do you forget?
Sub-only is cool. Sub-only,
Yeah.
bro. Let's do these basement tournaments, bro. At the end of the day, jiu-jitsu was created with keeping in mind that if strikes existed, right? So neon belly, what's neon belly? It's not a dominant position. If you add strikes, it's dominant. Mount. If you add strikes, it's dominant. Back is dominant just because
Obviously,
it is.
Yeah.
Sub only completely just takes that out, and I see a lot of these guys with no guard, no wrestling, just only going for submissions. I guess it's cool, but it's hard for me to enjoy that.
Yeah, it's like the sexy thing, right? It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
I
man,
can't.
Sub only. Yeah.
IBJJF is cool, but the fact that they don't, I mean, they're going to allow leg locks now, but they didn't for this long is just fucking pathetic. ADCC, I feel like, is the best.
Yeah.
You've got the leg locks. You've got the time where you have points. You have the time where it's sub only. I think it's the best fucking rule set.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome, man. Or of all the promotions that you've done, which one's your favorite rule set that you've done from like maybe some of these smaller like Fuji, for example?
I loved Hickson Gracie Cup because you get -2 points for pulling guard.
Well, there's a bunch of comps that do disadvantage, right? If you pull
No,
guard,
you gotta have like -5 points. Fuck that, dude. Guard is important, but like I've shown people who don't watch jiu-jitsu a jiu-jitsu match and someone sitting on their butt doing this. They're like, what's going on here? And I have to explain like, well, this is a starting, but couldn't he just get kicked in the face here? I'm like, yeah, but
if striking was allowed.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, this is weird. But if you watch two guys wrestling or two guys doing judo, it looks fucking tough.
Yeah, so for sure.
Guard is important. You need to know guard, but it's hard for me to just see guys sitting on the ground like this. Like, let's fight, man.
It's like objectively, it's like hard to respect.
Almost. It really is, dude. It makes sense. It really is.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
All right, one last question here. If you could use any move and get a submission in competition, like that you haven't yet, what would you like to get one off?
Triangle.
Yeah.
I fucking suck at that. My medium-sized fucking body.
Dude, I'm with you, man. I kind of look lanky, but bro, my fucking thighs are way too thick, man. I can't figure it out.
They're like, just cut off the angle. Shut the fuck up, you fucking
long leg ass motherfucker.
You 6'3" piece of shit. Cut the angle. Fuck you. Here, how about let's take your long ass arms and have you do a Kimura. Let's see how fucking powerful that is, you piece of shit. Yeah, there is no cutting off the angle, dude. Yeah. If you're 5'9", it's almost impossible to hit a triangle on a good guy.
Yeah, especially if they're longer than you.
Yeah, but 5'9" guy, if I get you in a Kimura, if I get you in a move, body lock pass, it's the end of the day for you.
Yes,
you know what I mean? If I get chest to chest on a tall, lanky guy, he's not going anywhere.
He can't breathe, right?
But yeah, I just want to know what it feels like to triangle somebody.
With the glory, right? With the lights.
Oh, and John is all about triangles. He's like, the true, you know how someone truly good as someone is, but their use of triangles. I'm like, fuck you, John. Back triangles work though very well.
Yeah. I've been seeing them used in competition a lot more, man. It's like
it doesn't really require too much length.
Mm-hmm.
But the traditional triangle, no. I usually get the triangle half-assed like this, and I'll do an arm bar. But to get my legs triangled against a guy's head and arm, no.
Especially if they're a fucking stocky dude.
Yeah, no, bro. Yeah. Not happening.
For real, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Can I plug myself?
Please, bro, plug away. Shout out away.
Right,
Giant
guys.
shout out actually to all your guys that I got to roll with tonight. Thank you
Hell
guys
yes.
for the fucking epic rolls. Look at my fucking face, bro. I'm fucked up right now.
All my guys have huge cauliflower and bust because of my
bro.
style. It's just a very rough style.
Aggressive ass motherfuckers, dude. The bruisers of Immortals Jiujitsu.
Hell yes. So Instagram at KOOLRAK. My gym at Immortals Jiujitsu. My podcast at Rambling with Rak. And you could find me on Facebook at Mike RAK SHAN. Last but not least, immortalsjiujitsu.com to support the gym, and sultanofstrangles.com to buy hoodies.
Fuck yeah, brother. Couldn't ended it better. That was a very concise plug. Peace.